What's the most terrible thing you're secretly happy about? I heard my dad shouting in the living room. You think you can talk back to me? I don't care if you're scared. You do what I tell you to do because I'm your father. My younger brother Sean laughed back at him. Father? Ha, you're barely around. If being a father was a job, you'd be fired. He bit back. And this was a typical day in our house. Dad would yell, Sean would yell back, and eventually someone would slam a door and that would be the end of it. So I put my headphones on and tried to ignore it like I always did. Except this time, things got really out of control. I heard something large shatter on the ground, making me jump from my seat. I pulled my headphones off. The yelling had stopped, which somehow felt worse. I crept to my door and opened it just enough to peek my head out and see Sean shaking in the hallway with blood running down his face, and Dad's phone shattered on the floor next to him. Sean? I whispered. He didn't respond. Instead, he fled out the front door. Dad stormed after him, his face red, eyes crazed. But instead of chasing Sean on foot, he grabbed his keys and headed straight for his car. I ran toward the window, heart racing as I watched Sean wave his arms in the middle of the road, screaming for neighbors to help. I opened the front door and yelled, Sean, but it was too late. Dad was already speeding straight at him. Then suddenly, slam. Sean flew and hit the pavement hard, skidding and rolling until his body landed on the sidewalk. But Dad didn't stop or slow down. He just sped off and disappeared around the corner. I screamed and ran toward him while I frantically called 911 for help. The paramedics loaded him onto a stretcher and rushed us off in an ambulance to the nearest hospital. Is he gonna be okay? I asked through my tears. They didn't answer, but I knew the truth. He was in critical condition. At the hospital, doctors and nurses rushed in and out every time his vitals crashed, while I sat in the waiting room, giving